like, subscribe, comment. Call in 614-588-5555. We take this real bad.
I apologize to you, Giddy.
Got some questions?
I really strongly apologize to you because, Sunday I kind of shamed you and remember I came to the table and y'all smashed the whole bottle before I got there. Of crushed Imperial grapes. I don't know which flavor it was, but
Drake Imperial grapes. You motherfucker.
Yeah, Drake Imperial grapes.
So the thing of it is,
but I tried. Hey, fuck your flute. And then
the thing of it is,
I'll do that.
Paul. What I was saying is, fuck you. Stick your finger about it.
But we just smashed one of them right here. So I can't shame you for something that I would have done in the same situation.
No,
so I have to apologize for that.
Let me tell you, all these. This is how much I love Paul. I could tear this motherfucker down to the ground right now. You understand with Paul's bullshit. But I'm gonna tell you what. Did y'all see that picture with Paul and my fucking wife?
No.
Listen, I'm gonna have to watch
I
this.
didn't hear that.
Yeah, I posted it. I don't give a fuck.
See, and I seen that, but it was at the wrong tooth angle, and I'm like, I'm not and then you did anyway. That's copyright infringement. I did not want that display.
You know what I'm saying? But Paul's my number one dude. I'll never get it.
I think it was like this right here, like I didn't want that.
I had to grab my wife up by the wrist and shit. And we always talk about, I see I shot that little. Hold up. Slow down, back up, man.
I just noticed the artwork, my artwork that I put on her.
No. You like you claiming my wife or something? Both of y'all. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Now I can't even bring her out no more shit. No, you sit your ass down.
As soon as I see her, I'm like, she got that artwork.
Carey, don't.
Hey. So shit, back to the home. Back to my man Carey came back to Don.
We really enjoy your company, man. You show. You welcome here anytime, though.
When you got family in the building, it's always a party.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So we gonna go. Okay, you was at Creole Kitchen.
Yes, sir.
Drew was on you.
Epiphany. Yeah. He do some real stuff.
God bless you, dude.
Yeah. At what point?
Damn, man, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
My fault. Go ahead.
It
is.
Damn.
At what point did, after June telling you or having Jules, being under the influence, talking shit to you, at what point did you say, you know what? I ain't gonna open me up some?
Well, I mean, it really happened kind of fast because Bro came home, Jay came home,
AI, what's up, nigga?
What up, little bro? He came home and
FOE, nigga.
I knew that my hustle was stronger than his, so he needed a spot to come home to.
Right.
So when he came home, I gave him my job. I told Unc, I said, Unc, I'm gonna get Jay my job. Unc was like, that's cool, but Unc said he was worried about me because he already knew the history.
Yeah, like you might go back out.
Yeah, you already know I'm gonna go back to the streets.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, that's right. I'm not going back to the streets. Selling those dinners and scrapping was belittling, kind of. It made me, humble myself and respect really the real hustle. And so
that is essence, like you.
Everything started falling into place. It was like God said, okay, I see you. You hanging in there. You kept your promise. I'm gonna open some doors up for you. So when the doors opened, I was in a position to have a family member, Rob, and my mom, to go in with me. I remember before we first opened, I was out looking for knives. And I used to go to the Creole Kitchen and ask Unc, what you think about these knives? I got the Dexters, what you think? He's like, nephew, would you quit? If you can cook, you can cook with a butter knife. It don't matter what type of knife you got.
Right.
So, him challenge, it was like a challenge because I used to be in the kitchen with him and I had got to the point where I felt I was good as him. And he's taught chef school. But I was in there making sauces and doing different stuff, trying to show him like, I got it, you know what I'm saying? I'm with you. And one day I told him, I was like, you go ahead and go home. I got it. He like, nephew, you can't do this. You done had different type of business, but you ain't never ran no restaurant. So it was like, at every point he was challenging me, like, let me see what you gonna do. And out of everybody, and as everybody that came through the Creole kitchen, nobody has ever left and opened up their own business. But I already had the business. I got business in me. You know what I'm saying? From experience. So all those past experience of being in business.
You just selling dope that people can eat.
Yeah, that's it, baby. It's a hustle.
Yeah.
Everything's a hustle. Yeah. You know. So moving into the restaurant, you know, he came over and opened up my first grand opening day. He came in there and rocked with me. And that really gave me the confidence, like, you know what? And that's what we're missing. We don't have those people that came before us.
Oh, geez. Like,
reaching back, like, you know what, let me give you this. Let me show you this. Let me come and rock with you.
Let me support you now that you
That's major. That's huge.
Yeah. So
for that also gives you helps solidify your confidence.
Yep. And I knew that what I had learned would work because they worked for them. Like I said, I'm a sponge. So if it worked for you, why it can't work for me? You know what I'm saying? So when I went into it, I was like, you know what? Did it. This is what they got going on. I got Mom Dukes in the kitchen with me. I got my cousin Rob. That this is his dream for real. I didn't say in prison. I wrote a business plan for a restaurant. No idea that I was going into a restaurant though. I wouldn't work in the kitchen. I worked in HVAC. I got an HVAC license and everything. Ain't never did HVAC in my life on the streets. But I told myself that I wasn't going back to the streets to work in no fast food, and ended up owning the fast food. You know, so you never know where your direction is gonna go, where God might lead you. You know.
So let me ask you, the name is that
it's based off my grandmother. My grandmother was a real inspiration for me. You know, when my mom wasn't there, my grandma was. We had grandmas back in the day. We don't have grandmas anymore. Grandmas is 40 years old. And
even if they older, they still ain't holding it down. Like you said, trying to kick it. They ain't holding it down.
They ain't holding grandma.
I could depend on my grandmother in my mother's absence. You know what I'm saying?
Be a mom.
Don't get your baby.
Yeah, my grandma. I was her baby. I was the first child of hers. You know what I'm saying? So I was the baby.
Nigga, kids used to get dropped off. It'd be the end of school get out tomorrow. You get dropped off all summer. Same clothes, shit like that. Then grandma's out there, grandma and grandpa's out all summer though. And
I'm trying to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was growing up, we was at our grandma's house for the whole fucking summer. Like, motherfuckers don't do that no more. And then my sister's like, I will take your children and a bunch of other kids. But they had a water fight inside her house while she was at work.
Grandma's is different now.
I used to take my grandkids like that though, you know, and try. I did it, and they got to a certain age, and they like, all right, they just hit me every now and then, like, what's up, grandpa? But I used to have, here, I'm coming to get them kids, I'm taking them. Like, you know, I be just making sure that it's some traditional type shit.
We live in such a money motivated world, and now the grandparents and the should be grandparents like, I gotta get this money. You know what I'm saying? I reward you with clothes. They be like, he stayed fresh. He just instead of that time and that spank your hand, boy.
That's what I try to do.
Grandparents ain't the same.
Church.
I'm not the granddad anymore. You decided to lay down and have them kids. You was making love and all that.
Guilty though and shit. We grandparents, you know. I don't go to church. I don't do none of the shit that my grandmama did. I hated it. I hated being in church with my grandma. You ain't nod off what the fuck you want to, and it's this pinch where she just took 90%.
Oh yeah, you get it. Keep having them damn kids. My granddad was like, everybody got a baby. I'm like, yeah, that's my word. I use that shit all the time. Everybody got a baby.
Twice on Sunday, every day, twice on Sunday. Y'all will get a special treat this Sunday. Where we Sunday, like, I don't see a fucking treat. Like, I'm mad. Like, I'm only like 8 or so. I'm pissed off. He lied again. Ain't no treat.
We just look forward to going out to eat at the church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? going out to eat.
So we probably gotta bring that back and shit, that little old school shit, but that's gonna make
It's gonna take. It might start in this motherfucking room. But it takes some millions and millions to get this shit off the ground.
I ain't that grandpa.
Yeah,
I give the
grandkids
money with my.
You know, sit here thinking our bike exactly. Right here. Grandpa got you right there, bro.
I think I'm granddad when my oldest daughter got 2 kids. Mm-hmm. My oldest daughter got 1. She lives out of town. But I'm grandpa when she need me, not because it's convenient because you want to go kick it. Right. No, you want to go kick it, you're going to be paying somebody to do something, whatever you want to do. I'm not
pay the cost.
Yeah, you want to have kids, not me.
Because when you want to kick it, I think that too. When you want to kick it, that ain't
got to do with me.
Now, if I say, hey, can I have babies for the weekend or something?
Yeah,
that's something.
let me volunteer. Don't you volunteer me when Dad, what you doing? I know you ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna drop the kids. They gonna be sleep. No.
And it ain't with no kids either.
That ain't what I wanna do.
They're not answering the phone and shit.
And my kid's mom, she gets on me. You know what I'm saying? You need to do this. You need to. I kind of compromise sometimes. Hey, I can't. I'm still trying to be fresh.
Right. I said I ain't lost it.
I ain't got it. It ain't lost.
So me and my wife, we got younger kids, under 12. You know what I'm saying? And she wanted to get the grandkids. I'm like, man, as soon as I get these babies up, man, I'm on the planes. I'm moving. I'm shaking. I ain't gonna be like, if that's what you want to do with your spare time, fine. But I'm not doing that. And it ain't nothing against the babies. I love the babies, but man, I'm holding it fucking down right now. I'm putting a whole bunch of shit to the side that I want to be doing to make sure
I'm not doing none of this shit.
You and these babies get straight.
Everybody's testimony.
Can't nobody come in the TV room
why
watching TV.
Parents are
And
not
grandparents.
And we don't have the same grandparents. I'm tired, bro. I
done raised y'all. You know what
y'all got me.
Busy.
Alright, but shit, real shit though. So we got Jesse Mays popping. Yeah, y'all got some dishes to stick out, cause I know. Yeah, but you would let everybody know. They know too. They gotta know. But
we actually been closed since last June.
Right. Because
COVID. COVID. I went out of town. I went to DR, my favorite spot.
Right.
Kicked it, came back, and a week later I got COVID. I ain't gonna say no names, but I think she gave it to me.
Yeah. Baby. I think she gave it to me. He was playing back. I was like, I've been watching the whole ride. Like,
I think she gave it to me.
Shellfish and everything.
I think she did
She won't admit it. I think she gave it to me.
Cause that's what I wanted to ask you. I was like, cause being a COVID survivor. And I am as well, you know what I'm saying?
I remember hitting.
Yeah, we was each other's support team. And we met each other. I was like, bro, I see you going to going through it though. Like, how scary was it?
Man, listen.
Because I know you had.
I didn't believe
kind of bad.
I didn't believe in the COVID. I'm with the conspiracy.
Because you like the COVID.
The COVID
Facebook.
I just I didn't believe it, and I just felt like they was trying to give us some vaccines or give us something that, they just scared the whole population and something. And like I said, America's about money. So I think I recall Bill Gates saying this has been the best investment he ever had.
Yeah.
So
fuck is man.
Yeah, so I didn't believe in it. I didn't want to get the shots. I didn't want to do nothing. But coming back from Dominican Republic, a week later, getting sick. Now I went to the hospital. They sent me home and told me to self-quarantine.
And I was worried. Pardon yourself. I was worried seeing you out of overseas and shit like that. I was worried.
Yeah, because
like at that time
we were during the pandemic.
Shut down.
Yeah, coming back, and trying to go straight back to work and get back in the groove. But like I said, I didn't believe in it. But a week later, I ended up catching it, and my friend, I'm gonna say she's my friend, she caught it, and
baby,
you gave it to me.
She bring that trip. She bring that boat. Oh, okay. Goddamn.
Catching it was terrifying. terrifying because
Like, fuck
they
you.
want you to self-quarantine and deal with it at home because the hospitals were overpacked and all that.
All that.
And on your way there, you can contaminate other people, and on your way back, you can.
You know, I was jacked up. You know, so I'm at home and my mom saved me. You know, I was literally sitting on the couch. I would never answer the phone and talk to nobody. I would text because I couldn't talk. Right. I'm sitting on the couch trying to breathe. Mm-hmm. And she came through the door. She'd seen me sitting there gasping for breath, trying to breathe. And you never realize how important oxygen is. Man.
You can't get that shit, huh?
When the ambulance came, she called, she was like, nah, we call 911. You crazy. Because she was coming to get me to take me back to the hospital. She was like, shit, I called 911. They came in, they was like, man, your oxygen like 60 or something. That's at the level or the stage where people become brain dead. You didn't get enough oxygen. And luckily, when they came in, they put me straight on oxygen, you know, took me to the emergency room. That was the most terrifying thing. I was worried about my image going to the hospital. Here they is dragging me out in a stretcher, going to the hospital, and everybody outside watching. You know? I'm like, damn.
Okay, over there.
You know what I'm saying? So, being in ICU almost 2 months. I had a nurse, her name was Dallas. I'm gonna put her name out there because I don't want nobody ever to deal with her. Dallas scared the
At
mess
what
out of
hospital?
me. Mount Carmel.
Which
East.
one? East.
She came in there and I literally couldn't move from here to your chair without my oxygen level dropping. But it was I had some amazing nurses that understood that the only way for me to get strong is to keep moving from back and forth, you know. And yeah, your oxygen level, let him relax, let his oxygen come back to level.
Most one.
Yeah. So baby girl will come in and scare the mess out of me. I would literally be sitting in my chair because they get me out the chair to, you know, to watch TV and try to get me to sitting up and doing normal stuff, you know, so that I don't feel like I'm dying. I would move to get back in the bed and my alarms and everything would go off because I lost oxygen. It would drop. She would literally come in and say, oh, you're dying. I'm going to have to call the people. They have to put the ventilator on you. You're not doing good. You're going to die. This, and I'm like, damn, bitch. I'm nervous. I'm scared. She scared me more than anything.
So was she doing this to scare you or doing it
My mom,
on her bullshit?
My mom said it was tough love. Yeah. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Right.
You are terrifying people to the point where you're scaring them that they're gonna have to go on a ventilator. Most people that go on a ventilator don't make it. They said 85% of people go on a ventilator don't come off of it. Right. You know, you gonna die on that ventilator. So the nurse came in like, if they go to that level, do you want to go to the ventilator? No. I don't. Turn the oxygen up. Put that shit on 100%. Right. You know, she came in and scared the mess out of me, man. I thought I was literally, I couldn't go to sleep because I was dreaming that she was gonna kill me.
Can we ask?
Yeah.
What's her name?
I know where you at with it, man. Yeah. That, and I'm like, I'm sitting here looking like I'm watching a fucking movie when you talk about that shit, cause that shit
oxygen drop, bro.
That's the numbers I was looking at too.
Yeah. So that wasn't a good thing. It was a bad thing.
To me, it wasn't a good thing. My Carmel East.
I'm talking about East.
It wasn't a good thing for me because she made my oxygen drop.
It made it worse.
She made it worse by saying the things that she said. In the situation that you're in like that, you have to be kind of coddled. You have to be motivated and, you know, inspired. Yeah. You know, you're gonna live. You're gonna make it.
You're just slow down.
Yeah, exactly. And she did the opposite. She damn near scared me, literally scared me to death.
But was that, did it motivate you at all? Did it make you?
It
pushed you down?
It terrified the shit out of me. Yeah, I couldn't go to sleep, close my eyes without thinking about she was gonna come in somehow and turn my oxygen off or something to kill me or put me on the ventilator.
Because it's also a psychological thing too, because you go and say you catch it, you know, it's been all this time in the past. You haven't.
Not only that, everywhere you look, everybody's saying like it's the worst fucking shit.
Right.
which scared the shit out of me before I even had this shit. Like just moving around on a day-to-day basis. Like,
you was an asshole when you had it though. Cause you didn't answer the phone, you didn't reach out, you didn't let nobody reach out.
I couldn't either.
I wanted to put shit on your porch and shit, but you wouldn't respond to nothing. Like,
I couldn't.
You was a real
I
asshole.
don't know how your experience was, but
it wasn't as severe as yours or Raw.
I couldn't get up and go take a dump. I couldn't pee. They had to bring me.
Mine wasn't that severe though.
It was a little worse than mine.
It was, but I don't know, cause I don't know. Maybe somebody gave it to me. I don't know.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Was the wrong way show?
Yeah.
You got it on the wrong way show.
Hey, and we just had an episode of the came
We made a reference to some movie or something. He did Rocky. You can change. We can change. We all can change. He said the whole script right there. I mean, come on now. We can change.
I'm so lost.
I
just shake that shit off.
So,
keep moving.
But my shit though, like what they did to me though, bro. Cause I'm watching your shit the whole time. Then remember, I'm like, yo, man, I'm in the hospital. You like, bro, be strong. And I'm like, when I went in, I was there. I was in the hospital from Friday night to like Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the lady, when the Columbus Health Department, you know, they call you after you get out and check you, right? I'm thinking like, who the fuck is this? And she's like, yeah, Sean Jordan down. Well, Sean, you know, Broadway.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they call
me.
me.
All the names.
Yeah, they call me Broadway for my business. So, but anyway, she was like, yeah, so we see that you know, was with COVID and all that. They tell me that by the time that they got me recorded, that I had COVID. Like, I was contagious days way before the days that I decided to get off work. I got off work and said, you know what, I'm gonna go tonight when I get off work. You know what I mean? And she was like, he was already
exposed,
composed. Like if I wanted to give it to somebody, she was like, nah, you passed it. By the time I went to the shit, I couldn't give it to nobody. But it was like one day that it seemed bad. But then I'm asthmatic and shit too. And when the seasons be changing, the weather changes and stuff
that's
like
what
that.
had me worried about you too, because when you said that, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
You got underlying conditions.
Yeah. And that's why the whole shit, I stay away from everybody. And because
I can only empathize what you did have been through. I can only empathize.
Nah, but
you ain't got no, you don't have no experienced conversation for this.
No, I just believe I'm immune to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it was a conspiracy.
That's the nigga shit right there.
Niggas can't get it. Remember back even when it first started, it was like niggas can't get it. Even after we seen niggas was getting Elvis, Albert, he got it, and we still kept saying it. I just believe I'm immune to it. Because my youngest daughter had it and she couldn't smell or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm taking care of my baby. You know what I'm saying? Put my mask on and shit. I had to wear my mask everywhere, just hand sanitizer everywhere. So, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, I gotta stay away from you. No, not my baby. You gotta eat this. You gotta do this.
You know what Shatan said? Shatan said, and when I came home from the hospital, I was telling Shatan, she got mad at me thinking I was saying some other shit. And I was like, I'm telling her what the health department saying like, oh, you was past that, and you was back, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm laughing, LOL. And then she ain't hit me back. And I'm like, well, what's wrong? She's like, Dad, I thought you was on one. Because you said, like, we don't care if you was sick or not. We done been through it this long. We would have been over there. I'm thinking, like bring your ass on here. Because I'm not telling you not to come. I'm laughing at what the department says.
See, I thought my daughter got hers from her bonding.
Her bond.
You gonna die with that bonnet on and shit. Like, this why you like, put the bonnet back on. Now take it off. Put it back on. That's right there.
You are retarded.
But Carey, okay, so this nurse, what you say?
Her name was Dallas, and she's from Mount Carmel East. Dallas, that's what it is. Capital D.
How long you have to deal with that situation? How?
I was in ICU 2 months.
Okay. And she
was
was an ICU
nurse.
First shift, second shift, third shift.
Night shift.
You
couldn't sleep. Motherfucker, you really
Every time I heard, I woke up.
What about you now? Like, are you still? But like, so with that being said, are you still fighting with that?
I still got COVID. Long haul. That's what they call it. You know, I still it's short-winded. You know, my lungs.
Okay, so how long ago was this though? Like how? You know what I'm saying?
It happened last June when I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just got off oxygen in December.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I'm just hitting the gym.
All right, love, my dude. I'm glad that you're here with us right now. I'm glad that we, you know what I'm saying, chopping it up. That shit is real shit though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And much like you, like at the beginning.
Now I'm vaccine.
I ain't gonna say that I'm a goddamn fuck.
But don't do it then.
Yeah, I'm just saying like I had my feelings and thoughts going into this shit until I got this shit.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
So
oh my god, this shit.
Once you get
This
it,
shit is fucking
I tried, because I was just lying to myself. I don't know if it was my asthma or not, because they put me on the COVID floor ASAP.
Yeah.
And I walked myself into the doctor and shit like that. You know, I ain't let them. You ain't gonna take me, you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I got this thing like, y'all walk in that motherfucker. I'm not sick as your motherfuckers think I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So
There's a lot of people that just swerving down with the conspiracy.
Yeah, that's what I
it may be a conspiracy because you can put a time on something. You can put a time on something because if your body's strong enough, the virus will pass.
Yeah.
Your body's strong enough. If you got your shots when you was a kid, when they make assumptions like things like that, they go by. If they go drop it in, they look at everybody's country that they drop that shit in, or if the possibilities of how it spread. They look at how your health protocol is. So, like us as kids, and we gotta get our shots every year. You think about Americans, they gotta have their shots for measles and smallpox and all that shit. You know what the body can handle. They all know what the body's going to be able to handle.
Die around 30 years old.
It's crazy because I think America exaggerated this shit.
Bigger than
I got friends and stuff that's still out in the country.
Right.
And the way they make it seem to us that, their country is fucked up.
Yeah.
But they over here. They like, man, we ain't doing that shit y'all doing.
Right. I believe it.
Yeah, we ain't doing that shit y'all doing.
Right.
There you go.
Like,
I ain't coming back to America. Y'all niggas shit.
Stay there. We'll be here.
Yeah, so
Do they represent the rich or the wealthy, or they represent
Did any of those guys, did any of those people have to quarantine the same as we do, or they situations different?
Man, the way that the people over there be explaining to me that they're not going through the stuff that we're going through here.
But this is what I want to ask you right here. Like, okay, like if we take the money that we got saved up and we move to Mexico, whatever, we're kind of like living better than everybody else. But if you were dirt poor or the poor part, like I said, Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? There's the pretty part they show you on TV, and there's that behind that bush.
It's the part they show us on TV.
So which part is beautiful? Is it the part that you get to live in because you're using American money, or is it the part that you dirt poor and it's like, fuck, I'm gonna rob him? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so your money gonna allow you
American money over there.
So it's gonna allow your American money gonna allow you to live.
I'm saying the country that he's saying,
the rich part.
You over there, you looking good right here. Yeah, it's beautiful to us as Americans. We using American money, but is it beautiful to the people that don't got your money? Do they envy you?
Yeah, they envy you.
Yeah, right there.
Nigga, they envy you here.
So I don't want to be that part right there because they're 100 times worse than our poor. You know what I'm saying?
But you ain't gonna take your money
Our
over
living
the
man in America makes
Wake up, dude.
Somebody that works in China, you making $4 a day. You know what I'm saying? A homeless man in America can make way more than $4 a day on downtown Columbus. You know what I'm saying? So our poor when they come over here and they say we poor, it's like, y'all not poor. We ain't got no electricity. Where the fuck we was at? We ain't
I
got
mean, they
gas.
get me poor, but they looking at it in a different way. You know what I mean?
Like,
Because if you on the outside, you in a poor country looking at America.
Yeah.
You can be like, y'all got so many things.
I done had an argument with somebody from Africa talking about acting green. No, you live in the hood. I live in Agla. I said, that's the hood, nigga. No, I didn't act like we, you know what I'm saying, we going back and forth. Like, okay, that's because that hood, you know what I'm saying, to us.
You tell me, the Agla Green is no different than Lincoln Park.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm trying to explain to him right there that it is. He think Agla Green was like Bexley.
That was Somali. Was that African or Somali?
I don't know. We get bullshit.
Because African is more.
Somebody, you know how we got accents in America and it works like, you know, you can listen to somebody like, you from New York, you from down south. You know what I'm saying? You can tell where they from.
They know that shit.
You can tell where somebody from in Africa.
South Somalia.
If you hear their tone. Because they know. But I don't know. Like, y'all sound fucking the same to me. Yeah, that's racist.
So, McDonald's, bro.
Yes, sir.
Being a long time black businessman and just being a long time black, like from all layers of your business through life and all that shit that you've been through, do you got some things that you would pass on? You know, we have dabbled and dabbled in that part of the conversation that you would give to any of the up and coming
give some game, though.
entrepreneurs, young black entrepreneurs, being a black business owner yourself. Is there anything you can get to them, like just as far as a few jewels or anything like that?
If I had to say anything, it'd be the importance of building your credit. Most of us don't even know what our credit score is.
Wow.
No.
Exactly.
Most of us don't know what our credit score is. Working, I always say the foundation for building whatever you're trying to do is to work and learn how to live in your own lane, in your own means. Don't live above. And a lot of times we try to live above what we are actually, you know. We want to look rich and really we're not, you know.
Right.
So we go out and buy the most expensive things to look rich and we broke for real. You know.
To impress.
Yeah, to impress.
That ain't got it.
And that's to go back to what you said too, because you know, with me when I was incarcerated, coming home, I remember, and I think like that today, like I had 3 pair of pants, I had 3 shirts, I had mad underclothes and socks and shit, but those 3 things made me, I don't even look at clothes the same way.
Sure don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because these shit, and I can only wear this shit at a certain time.
Yeah.
You know, I can wear these 3 things, those 3 pair of pants and 3 shirts at any given time, doing whatever the fuck they said you had to do.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to throw a pair of sweatpants on or something like that, nah, nigga, you can't go out. You can't go over there if you got sweatpants.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at like the materialistic shit. I'm not as materialistic as I used to be. And as far as all material things.
Yeah.
And I try to teach that, you know, with that coming in my life at the point that it did, I try to teach that to my children too.
People get
And
addicted
people
to
around.
the attention that it brings.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah,
do it, they
you
get
do.
attention.
Especially when you come up and you're a dope boy.
Yeah.
And or before those days and you a shiner, you know what I mean? The light's always on you in a way of speaking. You know, you just, you know.
I think it's a lot easier to step off of that shit if you had the shit. It's the motherfuckers who ain't never, you know what I'm saying, move a certain kind of way that feel like they really, really need that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the motherfuckers who ain't had women in their life that, you know what I'm saying, would do anything to get, or you know what I'm saying, just certain motherfuckers
Right.
that move.
But that's what society would make me do. Like, and let's say I'm that person that don't have really nothing, and I'm watching y'all 3, y'all moving in life and the luxuries y'all got, y'all making it look like it's normal. You know, that's what you're supposed to have, and I'm lacking.
But it steps to it.
I have to, now to be even on your level, like they say, to make money, you gotta look like money to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Who said that shit?
I mean, I'm not gonna buy
I've
no,
always
I'm not
said
gonna buy no
that. I
dope
still
off
do
nobody
think that.
random business when
I think that.
you know what I'm saying, if you're bum looking, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna do that, you know what I'm saying, but if you show me that what you doing is successful, maybe I should chime in. If I'm meeting you and I'm looking at you like, it look like your business is a failure, come on now, you know what I'm saying, then I may not invest in you. You know what I'm saying? So
it depends on what business we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's different layers to it.
Yeah.
You know?
It depends on what business we're doing.
Because
Because
people look at me now. I don't care how they look at me.
yeah.
I wear what I want to wear. When
once
I
you
wanna wear
get it, then that's when you can give two fucks about it. Like it could be a millionaire in Walmart standing right, like Steve Jobs.
That's what made me stop.
Steve Jobs had airwalks,
Because
some slacks, and a
the
polo
people watch
shirt.
TV to meet with
He
money.
drove a Datsun, like he didn't give a fuck. I already got the money. Who do I
The ones
impress?
with money.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's that new money when you gotta now buy everything that you never had because you know what I'm saying. Y'all got the shit.
Y'all finished
And y'all making it look so easy. I'm the outcast. So when I get the money, you know what I'm saying? They say this right, that millionaire, that lottery curse. You know what I'm saying? Money don't change you, bring out the real you.
Yeah.
I want to be a baller so bad, but I ain't got the money. So you give me the money, now I want to catch up with y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I want
I
to
feel
feel.
that. I feel that. So the second part of that is being able to save.
Yeah.
A person should never be working a job and not being able to save 10 to 20%.
Good guy.
Never.
Okay.
If that's the case, you're living outside your means.
Jules.
People is paying $200 for internet and cable to watch TV that they don't watch.
So that can go right in the
You know what I'm saying? And they don't have money to save.
Do you suggest you put it in the bank though? Because that seems like a real
No, I believe that that's the foundation. That's the start. That gives you the ideal of, being able to save and
And
start
try to
building
forget
cash
that it's
flow.
there. It don't exist. What you put in there, it does not exist.
Yeah.
Stop using it as a trampoline to fall back on or some shit. It don't
It's
exist.
untouchable. And then you let that build up to you have like a full cup. It's like pouring that liquor into this cup. Once it over full, then you got extra to spend.
Then you'll become this.
Then you're able to spend that. You don't put it in there and every time you turn around, you dip it into it,
Yeah.
drinking it up.
You draining out the pot and not putting nothing else back into it.
good guy. Man,
Jules.
listen. Every time we do an interview, I'm like, man, this is the best interview ever. I would say it again, this is the best interview ever. Man.
Jules.
We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
So-
Stopping in. Are we still going?
Hold on, no. You got any new ventures that you doing? You got anything you want to tell the people about anything
New ventures for 22 and beyond. Of course, I'm still working. I still love fashion. From having a clothing store and all that, and having gorilla wear back in the day.
Right.
The whole neighborhood was gorilla wear out. I had a clothes store out.
Right.
Okay.
Because it was a West Side Lucky Brothers, wasn't it?
Yeah. We ended up.
Yeah.
I had my little row up under me, and we opened up one on the west side, trying to get him the game on how to transition. So we opened up one on the west side. But fashion. It's a good industry.
Don't leave if you do it.
Yeah,
Don't leave.
So this is one of my shirts right here from my, I want to say fall. They've been spring, fall, summer. It been evolving. I ain't had a chance to really put it anywhere.
Yeah, we'll be waiting on our, so I be
Like I
personally hitting up for that Bosco evaluation.
Bosco, I created that when I was in prison.
Okay.
Like I said, I had many business plans, and this was one of them. It's because our streets created our existence.
Alright, yeah, I support that.
Yeah, so
Where can we get that at?
right now it's still in development stage.
Okay, that's what's up.
I really don't want to push it out until I'm really, really ready. I got a cartoon series. I got a little dude Jay that I had the Romeo and Parsons hook up for me back in the day with the gorilla wear that I'm incorporating it now.
Right.
And a lot of different aspects. I want a clean level. I wanted this was clean,
inspiring. Inspiring.
I'm still
So on the cartoons, D. Romeo did the artwork and all that?
Yeah, he did the artwork for my little dude. It was based off of AI. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was his character. You know what I'm saying? So
FOE AI.
Yeah,
You know
so
what it is.
Little Dude Jay, that's what it was called. Yeah, so he incorporated it. Just my man called it a vintage wear because I'm still old school. I'm in my lane.
Now where they at right now? On the vintage shit. And vintage
Everything's
never
coming
goes nowhere.
around.
Vintage never goes nowhere.
Everything coming
Classic, that's what I call it.
Classic shit.
So that, then I'm working on my bottling up my barbecue sauces and all the sauces for the restaurant.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so
You
those
gonna
will come
open
out
that shit? Open it back
this year, yeah, I just got somebody bust my windows out.
What?
So yeah, so now I just got the windows put back in yesterday, and going forward, I'm gonna start working on retail. I want to bottle up the
When you
sauces.
bottle the sauce, I mean, when you do your debut, you have a big humongous
Well, I'm gonna have
barbecue.
it's gonna be a
with the
grand opening.
barbecue.
It's gonna be a re-grand
We will
opening.
definitely be
Cookout.
here.
With cookout, where I'm gonna do ribs and chicken and fries and coleslaw, I think, for free.
different
Just gotta buy a
sauces.
bottle of barbecue sauce.
We'll be,
Alright.
we'll be definitely there.
My goal is to have my sauce in everybody's refrigerator.
We'll be
by
there with
Sunday.
hats on.
Listen,
You gotta
man.
support the clip.
Hey, we here for you. You know what I'm
Let us
saying?
know, we gonna
Whatever we
Yeah.
need to do, you know what I'm saying? We gonna make sure we at least, at the very least,
We gonna crash
You
it.
gotta,
And
you
yeah, we
wanna-
gonna pop. We gonna pop
Yeah.
up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We gonna
Everybody-
Yeah.
we might be out there broadcasting that day. We gonna be.
I'm gonna have to be honest.
We in everybody's faces, ain't we?
The restaurant is there. I've been holding it down. You know, I ain't been in there and worked since last July, June.
Right.
But I'm nervous about going back in there. I told Uncle that the other day, you know, because I ain't been in the kitchen so long, I still do stuff at the house, but being in that type of environment, I know my lungs can't keep up with it. I know it can.
You got a good team with you though, bro. So
You know, it's
love the team and delegate. If you have, the things you gotta delegate.
yeah.
Because they know what it is too. Your people know what it is. So
And that's
moms
why I
know what it is.
That's
Mom
why I
think
had a
I
problem
can
with
let it go.
delegating.
Yeah.
I had a problem with delegating because I
Yeah.
felt like it ain't gonna be right if I don't do it.
That's what we get in the problems. That
Yeah, we
we
do.
being bosses.
Yeah.
You a boss. It's hard to delegate because you think if everything you ain't touch everything,
Yeah.
then it ain't right. But that's also the part of being a boss, to be able to
Yeah.
trust somebody
Yeah.
with your vision. You know what I'm saying? If they already know what the vision is, we just need to carry it out. Even if they have a different vision for themselves, we doing this right now.
Yeah.
And then, as you blossom and choose to do what you choose your path to be,
Yeah, Uncle Bush, she told me yesterday, like, nephew, I ain't trying to hear that. Everybody keep coming to the Creole asking when Jesse Mays over there.
They eat Dutch food.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome. Dutch food is succulent, awesome.
Talking about when Jesse Mays over there.
Just show the love and spread the love. Like that motherfucker, like I'm out east, so I'm about to get this.
Yeah.
I'm out. Well, this is the other side. Look, I can't even say east or east. Like east or
You know I made pop up.
Yeah. So
Just
May
stop.
May the 11th is our 11th year anniversary.
Sweet.
Yeah, May the 11th. So I'm hoping to be back in there. I'm gonna do this kickoff on that time. I don't know if I'm gonna end up closing down after that, but I want to do that kick. I gotta celebrate the anniversary.
Right.
So, hey, that's what I'm saying, man. Make sure you keep
Oh,
in
yeah,
touch
most
with us.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe even pop back up.
Oh, definitely. We definitely are our friend.
We
here.
can,
And a family member. You could come here and just kick it and we'll just be in here doing anyway. Like just to hang out. So give everybody your information. Let them know where they can find you. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that, where they can contact you and everything you're doing and all that.
This is your man, Carey Ingram, Mr. Building Wealth Solutions, about options. It's about options. Remember that. Get you some. Don't never get stuck in the position that you're in. The only obstacles or limits that you have is the ones that you set on yourself. That's it. Don't settle. Don't settle on yourself.
Jewels. Every time this man has dropped jewels, this whole thing.
I appreciate you, dog. And
Jesse Mays will be back open. 3671 East Livingston Avenue off the Court Right Plaza.
I want this them garlic spicy.
Hey, powder head rosy cheeks over there. You just so
rosy cheeks.
Rosy cheeks.
smiling.
Yo, man, this is awesome, man. We have legendary greatness in here.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good game. Good
Appreciate
game.
you coming through.
Yo, the Rollaway Show
Definitely enjoyed it.
You
podcast.
was one of the first to taste what was that drink you had? Right there.
Blue
Blue Clitoris.
That's what it is.
Blue Clitoris got me over.
I am your host, Rawway,
Yes, sir.
aka the Big Homie.
Clitoris got us.
To my right, we got Shot Giddy, the
Yeah,
Master
Giddy
Cicerone. Paul Clark, the original Lincoln Parker.
Yes, sir.
Born
Yes,
and raised,
sir.
born and raised.
And K Mac, Macadam Ingram.
Man. Good show tonight.
The hood gave me that name, huh?
Yeah. Check us out next week
It's
when.
the aluminum beer.
Check us out next week when our special guest is a one-legged prostitute that likes to kick it. That's it.
Was that it?